So in order for the nervous system to function, it needs to be able to communicate. How it does that is from one nervous cell to the other. So looking at this diagram here, we can see two of the components. The cell itself is called a neuron, and the way that it communicates is through these tree-like, finger-like to me, the projections called dendrites. These dendrites allow for the neuron to be able to move through and again, allow that communication with other cells that gives us that sense of touch, feeling, movement, all of that that's sent from the central nervous system. You also have what's called a nucleus. And remember, within each cell, the nucleus holds the DNA, the genetic material of the cell, tells us what kind of cell it's going to be. If this cell has to regenerate itself, it already knows that it's a cell that belongs to the central nervous system. Also, each cell has what's called an axon. And the axon is here. It's kind of a part of the tail. It stores what's called neurotransmitters. It's considered a nerve fiber, and it transmits information to muscles and glands. So because it is a neurotransmitter, this is one of the main functions when we're talking about pain in the body and blocking that pain. Essentially, when we're taking pain medication for areas in our body, really what's happening is that pain never really truthfully goes away until the body heals. However, we do have the ability to block what is communicated from our central nervous system throughout a peripheral nervous system. And so we do that by blocking the communication in the neurotransmitters. So again, that pain is already, it's there, it hasn't gone anywhere, but because we're taking medication, it blocks that communication. Usually medication lasts about 6 to 8 hours. About that 7th hour, you might start feeling that pain work its way back. What it is the pain has never left. It's always been there, but the medication is wearing off. And so the neurotransmitters within the axon have the ability to speak within the central nervous system again, which causes you to feel that pain or discomfort. Also within the structure, you have what's called a myelin sheath. And the term sheath refers to the protective cover that wraps around the axons. It insulates the neuron and controls the number of electrical signals that are being transmitted at one time. Last portion here, right at the end of the dendrites, you have what's called synapse. And with the synapse, this is a structure that permits a neuron to pass an electrical or chemical signal to another neuron. So again, the ability to be able to speak pain to another cell, we can block that. That's done through the synapse.